Hi, my name is Rifat and welcome back to WIC channel. So today we're going to cover a question that people have been asking is, should I be loyal to my bank? Is there any real advantage? So I'll be covering that question as should we be loyal? My simple answer is no, you shouldn't be loyal. The banks are all in for them, and I think that's typically everyone knows that, right? But we're kind of dependent on them, right? So it's just kind of we have no choice to use them, and how do we plan accordingly so it can advantage us, and what's the best way to kind of profit and make sure that we are covered. So, and maybe you'll be asking yourself is, how can I do that? How can I make sure like to have an exit plan if a bank is taking care of themselves, or how can I make sure that I'm advantaged and not the bank? So I'll be answering that question. Me, I kind of have a setup uh, done that kind of makes sure that I am covered. I always have an exit plan in case like the bank changes like a fees or introduce a new thing. I always have it covered. So it's my plan. So I don't know if yeah, I'm not saying it's perfect, but I'm here to show it to you. So let's say I always have one physical presence bank and one virtual. You could say in this case, for this example, we could use Tangerine as one of the virtual banks, and we can use TD as a physical bank. So what I do is mostly like you see TD, I just make sure like my mortgage is that passes, then it's where I have my mortgage, and the mortgage goes through there, and like I have my savings, like my automatic withdrawals, like example, I have my savings done and like just takes automatically because my pay arrives and it's gone. So that's the main reason I do my automatic savings. So like you see, it's pretty much just two things, and if anything changes, it's very fast to change them. And Tangerine is mostly I will do like you see like my bills, my credit cards, my taxes, and most of my transactions. So everything really goes on my day-to-day banking. Everything happens on Tangerine. It's the main reason like I do everything there. Like I pretty much have like maybe like 5 or 6 transaction max in TD, but mostly Tangerine I would have way more transactions there. Then come that's the reason I want to really reduce my physical presence because the banks it's important also to have a physical presence because they you can talk to someone and like most of the time it's important to have kind of relationship with one of the big banks in Canada, but still you should be able to kind of minimize your dependency to them so you can kind of if they change their fees you should be able to move out. Online bankings like they really rarely have drastic changes to a bank account. They will not kind of go all of a sudden and change their fees set up because they want to make sure because there's way more competition and they don't cost as much, so they will make sure to keep their fees as low as possible, so they will attract customers. So compared to like the physical banks, it can change. Like for an example, Scotia back in 2017, they had a checking account like they were charging $4 a month to give I think like 10 or 12 transactions, and they increased the minimum because they had a minimum. So you can example have 1,500 and your fees were waived. They increased that all of a sudden to 2,000, and like all of a sudden they said also because this checking account is no longer advantaging Scotia, they stopped giving the new customers, but old customers can still keep it. So they no one new customers can really profit. So you got to keep the minimum to get waived, but like the minimum has now become 2 grand, no more 1,500. So and like you're kind of losing because you got to keep the money there. If you just go $1 less, boom, you get the fee. So those kind of things that happen. And GD Scotia was not one of them that raised the fees. We had like TD, we had a lot of common banks that did. I will put the source to the link so you can read the article on CBC down in the description. So I would say like now in 2018, there are a lot of banks. It's now become a lot of competition. So you should be able to find a bank that kind of pay charges you no fees. So it's you should be able to find it, but it's kind of hard. But you have to kind of look for them, which I will cover also in my next video to kind of show you guys which banks that kind of offer those services. But I honestly feel that we shouldn't be paying checking fees or keeping a minimum. It's kind of it's back in old days. Banks should be that's those stuff should be given for free because they want you as a customer. So I will certainly cover in my next video to kind of show you guys the other options. So that's about it for this video. I just want to give you a brief ideas how I set up my way to be less dependent to a physical bank. so you guys can have an idea. Maybe you guys like the setup. I don't know if you guys have another setup or a way how you guys kind of do your banking. I'm interested. So if you guys have any ideas, just please ahead and drop a comment and we can share from that. And also don't forget to follow me on Twitter. The link is below. It's where I post all of the business news, anything new that comes up, goes on there. So thank you for watching and have a nice day and see you guys in the next video.